Some people say that the law of Moses was not written by Moses and that Moses never existed and that Moses is basically a myth. Therefore, the law of Moses has been attributed to many different people throughout many different times. It's been associated with Hammurabi of Mesopotamia. It's been associated with Akhenaten. It's been associated with Sargon or Narsim of Mesopotamia. Generally speaking, uh, biblical scholars tend to say that the law of Moses was written by Hebrew priests during the post exile period. Our best evidence to suggest that Moses was a historical figure and was real and that Moses actually wrote the law of Moses is the document itself, because the law of Moses is specifically written in the format and structure of an ancient Egyptian international treaty. We know a lot about this structure. We know when it came into existence. It came into existence around the 15th century of the third millennium BC. We know a lot about this when it is invented. It probably comes around the time of Thutmose III and his wars in Canaan. We know a lot about this because of the tomb biography of Amenemhat, which was one of his generals. And so we have a good record of when this structure of treaty actually began. So you cannot take this structure of treaty and this format of treaty and magically transport it into Mesopotamia. You cannot use time travel and give it hundreds of years later to post exile priests living in coming back from Babylon, because they would have known nothing about such a sophisticated structure. Even when we look at the idea that the law of Moses was constructed in its right time in Egypt, we also must realize that not even the average ancient Egyptian scribe or priest could have written this document. In any given generation during that time, only about 10 priests would be capable of actually producing such a document. That is to say that whether we like it or not, the structure and format of the Torah and the law of Moses must be locked in time during the time of the 15th to the 13th century of the third millennium BC. There is no way to transport this concept or this document anywhere else. In other words, Moses wrote the law of Moses.